Let's do a little preview, shall we, of the Carabao Cup fourth round game. Fourth round, as the Mariners they don't head anywhere. Brentford head to us, of course. So the Bees are heading back to Blundell Park, eh? Interesting. And here I am to give you a few facts and other good stuff and what was said by David Artell ahead of this big game for the Mariners, really. And you know what he said to Radio Humberside, and how he thinks that things are shaping up team-wise. He didn't give a lot away during the pre-match press conference. He was more asked about about how big the Manchester United game was and what it felt like to win that. It's like the question he's been facing is we beat Man United, really. But he did say that this game is bigger than Manchester United. Now, I kind of understand what he means by that, because this is a game that you can think, probably a little bit less of, with it being Brentford, and you're thinking, well, we beat Manchester United, and to be fair, look how they've sort of come on since they beat us, since we beat them. Gave them some hope there, didn't I? But maybe this game is bigger. Maybe not in name-wise, but, this is a team that we used to play quite regularly. And actually, it's a team that we probably could look to for inspiration on how to progress, really. Because, when you think about it, it was only about 10, 12 years ago, they were as low as League One, and we were playing them as well in the last 20 years, now you look where they are, established Premier League team, and Artel was asked about, injuries or niggles or who might be available, who might not be, and he just came out with his answer of, you'll find out, sort of like when everyone else finds out. I know why managers do that, because I think what it is, I think they know that managers can get played bits of interview if they need to, and they don't want to give away the boy. He was asked about Sunset Bell, he was asked about Lavelle, he was asked about, and he basically said pretty much, you'll see when the team news comes out. So I think something may be come back. Maybe Lavelle might be back. But I think one of them might be back by the way Artel was talking, and we'll have to wait and see. I think it's a very interesting game. Which way do you approach it? You know what I mean? It's the biggest game in a couple of years, shall we say, that Grimsby have got as we head into this Cup week. And obviously coming off the defeat to Crewe, I was able to watch the highlights back just briefly on that, and I can see why Artel was so disappointed. Our defending was not good, and obviously with this game against Brentford, we've got to improve. We've got to be better because boy, have they got some good players. The likes of Jordan Henderson, Utara, who's just come in over the summer. You look at the level of player that they've got, and you're thinking. We've got to keep ourselves going and keep ourselves up. We've got to keep our tempo up. Obviously, Jamie Walker also did an interview with the media leading up to this, and it's after the disappointment of the weekend. thinking, this could be a good week for Town to kind of sort of reset ourselves. We've got a game Tuesday that no one expects us to win, and we've got a game, against Ebbsfleet at the weekend. So this could be a nice little, I'm going to say tension breaker. But it looks like a lot of players that were going to be available are going to be available. Maybe one or two will be coming back according to our tell. So we'll see how we go from there. Really, what I am going to do though is give you a little bit of some head-to-head stats and some stats about the game. If we look at the goals scored in general in this competition between two sides, Grimsby have actually scored 6 goals this campaign so far, and conceded 3. Obviously, 1 against Shrewsbury, and of course 2 against Manchester United. Brentford have scored the 3. They obviously came in the same round actually as we did, but they've only conceded 1 goal in this competition so far. 25 shots we've had to Brentford's 13. 16 shots on target, only 5 on target for Brentford. 9 shots off target and 8 off for Brentford. And block shots, we have 14 block shots in this combination to Brentford's 3. Obviously, we've had to play from round 1. They come in from round 2, so it's going to sort of be a bit skewed in that regard. The pass accuracy between the sides, not too much really. About 76% for Grimsby Town and just over 78.5% for Brentford. So there's not really a great deal passing accuracy wise. 2 very good passing teams, and obviously Keith Andrews in charge of Brentford, who actually was originally brought in as their set piece coach. And I think everyone's noticed long throws have started to come in to effect again throughout the leagues. Brentford are one of the best teams at it, really, and I think it's going to be an interesting battle between these two sides. I think watching Brentford a few times in the Premier League as I have, they really are a good outfit. Like I said, Brentford have become a real team of a real well-established club at that level, really. And I think what they're doing now, after the loss of Visser and in Burmo over the summer, to be competitive like they are in the way that they're being, it's going to be an interesting game as well. Obviously, Keith Andrews did say that he will shuffle his pack in this game, which you kind of expect. They're going to have bigger fish to fry, but Brentford are going to look at this as a real good opportunity to maybe even win something. So they're going to be up for it in their own way, as we are for different reasons. If we look at the form guide between the two sides, there isn't that much difference, really, apart from they've won 1 more game than us. That coming last time out. They've lost 2 and won 3 of their last 5. The wins coming against Manchester United, which Kelleher made an absolutely fantastic penalty save against Fernandez. They also won at beleaguered West Ham, and obviously last time out winning to at home to Liverpool, 3-2. Liverpool are just going through a really, really rocky time, but they have had losses to Manchester City and Fulham in that time as well, whereas the Mariners, we've been rocky the last few games. Obviously, Saturday's disappointment, the 3-2 loss at Crewe, but we did beat Gillingham 1-0. We've lost to Doncaster in the EFL Trophy and Danny Cowley's Colchester, but also winning against Salford as well. So, this is a... You don't like using the word free hit, but all the pressure's on Brentford. All the pressure is on Brentford. And I think at home we have a chance then, but I think we have to try and frustrate them, and we're gonna need the crowd. There's no doubt about that, and I'm sure it'll be a very well sold out, close to sold out game. Maybe doesn't have the feel of Manchester United, but it's still a Premier League team, and it's a well established Premier League team. Now, if we look a little bit further on, obviously we used to play Brentford quite a lot in the early 2000s, and in the last 18 times that we've played each other, the Mariners just edge it, 9 wins to 7 with 2 draws in that time. But we haven't played Brentford competitively in 16 years since we last played them competitively. The last time we played them here at Blundell Park was March the 3rd, 2009, when Brentford got a 1-0 win. So Brentford have actually won the last 3 meetings between the sides, and the Mariners have scored 1 goal in those 3 meetings. It was a 2-1 defeat to Brentford in 2008, in March of 2008. But at the start of the 2008-9 season, they won 4-0 at Brentford. And that's not really a lot you can go off, because, like I said, not playing them for 16 years is, I've never seen, personally myself, I've never seen us play Brentford, obviously, live in the stadium, because that's before I became a season ticket holder. So I've never seen us play Brentford. I've obviously seen us in highlights and things like that. In fact, Grimsby Town released a great goal that was scored by one of our players in 1972 in a 4-0 win against Brentford at Blundell Park, I believe. So, our history between the sides do go back many years, where we used to play actually at the same level. And like I said, they're the type of team that we could look at and think, we're really, really doing well. Look what can happen if everything aligns right. So it is going to be a tough game, though, because Keith Andrews has got something out of Brentford. I think everyone thought when Thomas Frank left them that maybe they were going to be, I know a lot of people, a lot of pundits and that, thought they were going to be relegation fodder. But they're far from that is for sure. And they, like I said, they do have some quality going through their side. Whatever the team will be, I don't know. I would imagine there will be a few of the first team in there, because they're going to want to get through this. And I think for us, it'll be different, because I don't think Brentford will take us lightly. I really don't. And I think they're going to want to come and do a job. Whereas us, I think we have to stand up to this. We have to stand up to their set pieces, because they're very, very strong at that. And look out for their long throw as well, because Keith Andrews loves a set piece. So it'll be interesting to see what we do. I'm going to give a score prediction for this. I am not sure. I'd like us to win it. I'm gonna go. Unfortunately, do you know what? No. I'm not gonna be that negative. No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for a penalties win. I'm going to Town to get through on penalties. Why not? Why not? I mean, why can't we do it? It's at Bundle Park. It'll be a packed crowd. Why can't we upset the apple cart one more time? Why not? A penalties win. Do I want a 12-11 again? I'd take a 4-2 win, really. But I'll say a penalties win, but obviously Brentford are going to be odds-on favourite for this. There's no getting away from that. But it should be a good game to watch, and who knows, if we start well in the first half hour and sort of get a grip in the game and get our own play going, we could easily spring a surprise. But that is this review. Let me know what you think is going to happen down below. Leave your comments down below. If you are going to Brentford on Tuesday night, I will be there, so come and say hello, and and whether you think that we are going to be able to spring a surprise against Brentford. So that is this preview done, guys. Thanks again for all the support you guys are giving me and the people that do interact with me. I really do appreciate it. In the meantime, guys, that is the preview done. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that bell button. That'll let you know when I upload some new content. And in the meantime, guys, I'll see you soon. Up the manners and on to round 4. Can we make the quarterfinals? Who knows? We'll find out. Until then, guys, I'll see you again soon. Ta-da for now.